Janet Ang, Chairman, SBF Foundation, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to be with you this morning at the Future Economy Conference. So yesterday, the Economic Strategy Review Committees released our final recommendations after engagements with more than 7,700 stakeholders from trade associations and chambers, unions, businesses, and workers. This is an important and timely effort to position Singapore for the longer term as we enter into a new phase of our economic journey in a very much changed world. The global environment has become more contested and fragmented, and there are rapid advances in technology, AI, as well as a transition to a low-carbon economy is reshaping industries as well as businesses. Closer to home, workforce growth will slow with an aging population and lower fertility rates. While against this backdrop, there will be challenges and there will be opportunities. As a whole, we will have to sharpen Singapore's value proposition because that is how we establish our advantage. We will have to also enhance our agility and adaptability because the pace of change is accelerating. And we will have to build resilience alongside efficiencies because shocks will be more frequent. What we're witnessing today with Hormuz is probably just the beginning. And we need to work together to seize the opportunities and to secure growth and create good jobs. Over the course of the conference, we have had various discussions on how businesses can adapt and thrive. In Singapore's dynamic economy, businesses have an extraordinary opportunity to do more than generate profit. Our businesses can be powerful engines of social change. And at the heart of this is creating quality jobs as we grow and helping our workers thrive, even as the nature of work changes around them. A good job isn't just a good paycheck. It's a pathway to dignity, stability, and social mobility. And when businesses invest in fair wages, skills development, and inclusive hiring, they help ensure Singapore's progress is shared by all. And together, we help build a stronger and more cohesive Singapore, which in turn provides a stronger environment for businesses to thrive. Well, one of the biggest questions businesses are grappling with today is how AI will reshape the way we work. AI presents tremendous opportunities. As a small country with limited manpower, AI has the potential to help us overcome our manpower constraints and raise the productivity of our workforce. AI can create new products and services and completely new industries. Well, just a few years ago, synthetic data generation and prompt engineering weren't quite the buzzwords that they are today. And AI can help our businesses compete more effectively in a fast-changing global economy. Companies that integrate AI into their business and production processes effectively will be better positioned for this growth. But we must also recognize that AI creates anxiety for our workers. Many are asking, will my work change? Will my skills remain relevant? What opportunities are there for me in the future? Or will I even continue to have a job? And that's why just last week, the government affirmed NTUC's motion on an AI transition with no jobless growth. This reflects a shared commitment for AI to serve our workers, to establish a tripartite jobs council to support workers and businesses in the transition, and practical moves to help our workers and businesses adapt and benefit alongside this technological progress. So we must work together to shape an AI strategy that works for both workers and businesses. This means investing in and deploying AI in ways that amplify the value of our human capabilities, such as judgment, relationship and trust, and investing where AI can open up new horizons, new roles, and new career opportunities. Well, take healthcare, for example. AI can handle the routine so that the healthcare workers can focus on things that only humans can do, like building human connections, providing contextual judgment, and delivering patient insights that only come with tacit knowledge. Well, we can see that in Alexandra Hospital, where AI use is focusing on augmenting rather than replacing, and they are assisting surgeons with precise planning, freeing nurses from repetitive nutrition charting, and giving doctors better longitudinal data on patients at risk of chronic disease. AI handles data-heavy, repetitive, or optimization-heavy tasks so that clinicians can focus on judgment, communication, and hands-on care. Or in other words, what Chris earlier told me, let AI focus on the ordinary so that our people can be extraordinary. The support we give to firms must also reflect this. Programs like the Enterprise and Workforce Transformation Program link business transformation to workforce transformation efforts that lead to better outcomes. Well, we should build on these efforts so that government support for AI adoption leads to positive worker outcomes, redesign jobs, hire skilled workers, and improve pay and career pathways. And where these outcomes are not achieved, the government should review how support is applied and how we can do better together with our businesses to achieve these outcomes. And beyond quality job creation, businesses can also invest in developing their people. Skills development was something that the ESR Human Capital Committee discussed at length. The accelerating pace of technological disruption demands greater agility and adaptability from our businesses. And to do that, our workers will have to be both agile and adaptable. Recognizing the widespread impact of AI, the government has rolled out measures to develop broad-based AI literacy. And the next step is to now scale this effort together with our businesses to integrate AI into the day-to-day realities of each industry and workplace to achieve positive worker as business outcomes. Well, take for example, Vector Green. It's a Singapore-based green energy business. The business underwent an AI transformation program with SG Tech and the Singapore University of Technology and Design. Well, initially, many workers did not understand what AI could do. But after they were introduced to AI and they had experienced its capabilities, their confidence grew. They tested new ideas, they thought out of the box, and they built new productivity tools, including an AI-based pricing manager and an AI-optimized operations dashboard. At the end of the project, the workers gained significantly higher confidence in AI usage, greater self-efficacy, and here's the kicker, a 73% projected increase in productivity. Now, who in this room would not like a 70% increase in your productivity? So we want to scale this so that more businesses can experience productivity increases and better business outcomes. We want to support more businesses to collaborate with training institutes and universities to offer work-based learning stints or to better integrate learning and work. So through work-study programs, for example, workers can produce structured learning alongside their jobs, gaining skills that are directly industry relevant while contributing to increasing productivity at the workplace. So the ITE Work-Study Diploma is a good example of this in action. High-performing businesses who are industry leaders have also found value in training beyond their immediate workforce to helping train their larger ecosystem. As industry leaders, they are often best placed to identify emerging skills and can translate them into high-quality, industry-relevant training for themselves and their sector. Take, for example, ST Logistics. They partnered IHLs to develop courses that raise productivity of its suppliers and its vendors, strengthening the broader sector while securing a stronger talent pipeline for itself. And in a similar vein, a business leader at Sembcorp, another sector leader, recently told me that Sembcorp does well when the suppliers and vendors do well. And that's why they too invest in training and uplifting their wider ecosystem. And indeed, businesses that invest in their people and the people around them will always be better placed to adapt, to compete, and to grow. And part of the secret sauce that Singapore has developed to deliver sustained growth for decades is our unique tripartite approach. Businesses, unions, and the government pulling in the same direction for the same purpose to achieve the same outcomes. This tripartite approach has long been a cornerstone of Singapore's success, and it will be even more vital as we navigate the AI transition together to help not just businesses, but entire sectors and workers to do well. So beyond creating quality jobs in the workplace and through workforce development, businesses can also give back to their communities to help weave a stronger social fabric and be an engine for social change, something that you heard Irong talk about. Whether through partnerships with social service agencies, employee volunteerism, or championing causes close to Singaporeans' hearts, from arts to heritage to sports, businesses can help create shared experiences that bring us together as a nation. This builds not just goodwill, but trust. And trust in this changed world is one of the best and hardest earned currencies. So last year, we recognized 579 businesses and individuals through the Patron of the Arts Awards and the Patron of Heritage Awards, whose generous contributions totaled about $58 million. These investments have enriched Singapore's arts and heritage scene, making it more vibrant and inclusive. So Suntec Singapore is one such patron. By opening up their malls and convention center media spaces to showcase works by renowned artists like Cheong Soo Ping, Teo Eng Seng, and Kim Lim, and by giving heritage institutions such as the Intan, a Peranakan home museum, a platform to reach wider audiences, Suntec Singapore has helped our arts and heritage go into everyday public spaces where more Singaporeans can experience them. And in the process, they build trust in them as a business, and they create a positive social impact. In sports, businesses have also been nurturing the next generation of talent, not just through funding, but creating pathways that support athletes holistically. So UOB, for example, has partnered the Singapore Tennis Association to cover coaching, training, and academic expenses for promising young tennis players. Quest Ventures is offering 15 Team Singapore athletes, such as Paul Lim and Team Singapore Jiu-Jitsu exponents, structured internships with flexible arrangements that fit around their training schedules. And these are businesses that are not just investing in sporting excellence, but in our athletes' future. And they too are building trust and creating a positive social impact. Well, many businesses have stepped up in meaningful ways. Well, our SMEs have taken the charge. So from 2024 to 2025, NVPC, the National Volunteer and Philanthropic Center, has recognized almost double the number of SMEs in our companies of good, from 155 to 301. And the number of SMEs have also contributed an eightfold increase in donations from about 650,000 to over 6 million. For just from 2024 to 2025. But having said that, as you heard from Irong earlier too, last year, NVPC's National Corporate Purpose and Impact Study found that 30% of our businesses are giving back through volunteering and donations. And SBF's Social Sustainability Survey shows that 90% of our businesses believe that social sustainability is important. So 30% are giving, but 90% want to do so. So this gap, the 60% gap, suggests that many businesses want to do more, but could be held back by constraints, practical constraints, such as manpower and resources for SMEs, and difficulty measuring impact for larger firms. So the government has been working together with businesses and community organizations to make it easier to give back through initiatives such as the SG Cares volunteer centers in every town, tax incentives such as the corporate volunteer scheme and the 250% tax deduction on donations to institutions of public character, both of which were just extended for 3 more years in Budget 2026, and recognizing the volunteering and donation efforts of businesses through NVPC's Company for Good program. President's Volunteer and Philanthropy Awards, as well as our Patron of Arts and Heritage. So, building on these efforts, I am pleased to share today that MCCY has worked closely with SBF to establish the VolunteerInc program. It's a business-led approach designed to make it easier and more impactful for businesses of all sizes to volunteer their time and skills. So hopefully we can bridge the gap from 30% to 90%. VolunteerInc will reduce some of the practical constraints that we mentioned by connecting businesses with suitable volunteer opportunities tailored to their size, interests, as well as capabilities. So Cook Medical is a good example. While the business has previously supported community organizations through donations and ad hoc outreach, VolunteerInc connected Cook Medical directly with a community partner and matched them to activities suited to their team's interests and capacity. Through Project DN and MCube at Bedok, Cook Medical supported families in public rental flats with multiple food distribution initiatives over Ramadan. Cook Medical has since committed to continuing their partnership with Project DN and is now exploring how they can broaden their involvement through other types of programs. In addition to matching businesses with suitable opportunities, VolunteerInc also helps them leverage their unique strengths to fulfill their volunteering aspirations, whether through curated projects or skill-based volunteering, to make their contributions even more purposeful as well as impactful. So Grab is another good example. Through VolunteerInc, Grab was matched with Beautiful People, a charity supporting women from disadvantaged backgrounds. Recognizing that Grab's technological expertise could address a specific need, VolunteerInc worked with both parties to design a hands-on AI workshop where 23 Grab volunteers trained 15 beneficiaries in simple AI tools that can support job preparation and everyday workplace tasks. So many participants left feeling more confident in using AI and optimize their resumes for job search. And moving forward, Grab has expressed interest in continuing to support Beautiful People. And over the past 9 months, SBF has partnered with more than 50 businesses, deploying some 500 employees to volunteer in the community. And more than 120 businesses have also indicated interest to step up. VolunteerInc will build on this momentum to grow volunteerism more widely, with an ambition of engaging 600 businesses and deploying 6,000 employees to serve the community by 2030. Well, a strong future economy and a we-first society are not competing goals. They are mutually reinforcing. The business case is just as compelling as the case for social impact. Purpose-driven companies attract talent who desire meaning and purpose. From NYC's surveys, over 3 in 5 youths in Singapore state that they would not stay in their jobs if they do not find it meaningful. And Deloitte's Global 2024 Gen Z and Millennial Survey found that nearly 9 in 10 Singapore Gen Z and Millennials consider purpose important to their job satisfaction, with many seeking to actively align their careers with their personal values. And purpose-driven businesses attract customers who increasingly choose brands that reflect their own values, and they contribute to a cohesive We First Singapore, and in turn provide a stronger environment for businesses to thrive. So in Singapore, where businesses, workers, and the government have long partnered to tackle challenges and seize opportunities together, businesses that create good jobs and social impact don't just do well. You thrive and you help Singapore do better together. You help Singapore continue to grow, create good jobs, and remain competitive in a changed world, where we will remain a place where people feel cared for, supported, and hopeful about the future. So I look forward to working with all of you to build this We First future together. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister, for your warm address. Thank you, Minister.